Good evening, everyone. How can we even begin to describe Barcelona's match tonight? Honestly, before the game started, it was hard to predict what kind of performance we would see, whether it would be easy or complicated, especially considering Barcelona's injury crisis and the recent dip in form after losing the top spot to Real Madrid. Barcelona went into this game missing several key players, no fully fit strikers, and even the starting lineup wasn't entirely clear. Everything seemed uncertain before kickoff, with more questions than answers. And after watching the match, those questions only multiplied. But now at least we have some answers. This match was incredibly important and came at a critical time, right before El Clásico. Barcelona simply had to win, no excuses. That doesn't mean we'll ignore the problems the team is facing. In fact, we need to address them. But at the same time, there were positives that can't be overlooked. The 3 points were crucial, but more importantly, how Barcelona earned them. Just imagine a nervous Barca fan sitting at home when the score was 1-1, watching Flick get sent off and the game become increasingly complicated. If you'd asked that fan before the match whether they preferred a comfortable 3-0 win or a last-minute victory, they'd probably choose the dramatic one, because that kind of win builds spirit and confidence, especially before facing Real Madrid. And that's exactly the point. Dramatic wins give teams energy and belief. A last-minute goal from a defender in a game full of challenges can change the team's entire mindset. Yes, a dominant win would have been nice, but given the current situation, injuries, defensive instability, and fixture congestion, this was the kind of victory Barcelona needed most. It was a strange game. Great start, chaotic middle, and thrilling end. Barcelona created plenty of chances, Girona had their moments too, but poor finishing and some good individual efforts from Barca players kept the win intact. People are asking, did Barcelona play badly? Maybe, but they won, and that's what matters right now. Every team in the world wins ugly sometimes, so why expect perfection from Barca in every single match? Still, it's fair to admit the defensive line was shaky, with the offside trap being broken several times, yet the team kept creating chances. It wasn't their best performance, but it was a hard-earned and vital win. This victory was important for several reasons. First, because it came right before El Clásico. Second, because it eased the pressure on the squad. And third, it shifted the mental burden onto Real Madrid ahead of their match with Getafe. Araujo's last-minute goal wasn't just a winner, it might be a turning point in Barcelona's entire season. Before recording this episode, a fan commented, "Remember this goal. It could change everything for Barca." And honestly, he might be right. That goal could be the spark that reignites their campaign. As for standout performers, Araujo was obviously the man of the match, not just because he scored, but because he lifted the entire team's spirit. I also have to mention Casado. What a performance! He controlled the midfield, broke up play, and kept the team balanced. Subbing him off in the second half was a surprising decision. Pedri also played well before coming off. He was the brain of the midfield, though he did lose the ball dangerously a couple of times. Lamine Yamal was the biggest attacking threat, especially in the first half, creating the opening goal with brilliant skill. When Bardaji came on, the attack came alive again. He's a pure winger, and his pace and energy gave Barca new life and even delivered a perfect pass that almost ended in another goal. Barcelona didn't play a perfect game, but they showed that they can still win even when things aren't going their way. And that's exactly what defines a top team over a long and demanding season. The key now is to make sure these unconvincing performances don't become a habit. In the end, this match was a psychological test before the real challenge, El Clásico. It was a game under immense pressure, and Barcelona managed to turn that pressure into confidence and that chaos into victory.